And hello again. Today we are reviewing Black Book. When reviewing Black Book, I have repeatedly compared its gameplay to that of an average RPG. It has a road that updates every game night, with dots marked with battles with enemies, random encounters and other bonuses. But unlike some Slay the Spire or Monster Train, the map in Black Book was never randomly generated, and all game events were prescribed in advance. This was the case until the release of the Endless Battle DLC, which brought all the charms of randomness upon Vasilisa, the owner of the Black Book. Without much forward, we are immediately tasked with defeating the final villain, passing before these three areas. Each one is a tangle of paths that we'll move through from top to bottom. The last point is the boss, in front of which there is a fire. You can burn an extra card or heal yourself a little. We walk, by the way, Matryoshka, which should probably be a reference to the name of the studio that developed Black Book. On the forks of the tracks, generously planted chests, stores, random events, helpers, and of course battles were without them. I would even say with that battles are often too much. You look at the map and there are only icons of devils. I understand that the mod is called Endless Battles and not Endless Chests or Endless Random Encounters with bonuses. But I would still this to like alternative there somehow, to feel a balance between the battles and the reward. Balance is the weakest point of that fresh DLC. Random enemies can unpleasantly surprise you from the start of the race. Forget about the fact that the game is supported to toss you an opportunity level of opponent. This game doesn't owe anyone anything and only does what it wants. Here you have 3 Hellcats on the first card with a total attack under 50 points of damage. You don't have any good cards in your deck to answer your problem. The first attempts to pass endless battles are doomed to failure and serve only to sway Vasilisa. You will have to endure humiliation from the devils for a few hours. Even if you manage to get to the boss, he certainly won't leave, and that's spot for you. All the bosses here, by the way, are taken from the story, so it recommends to pass the game to avoid spoilers. Don't even hope to win, you will have to bet cards and 2 field skills to stand up to evil. But times will pass and pumped up Vasilisa will already be able to show who the boss is here. And the game will finally become at least somewhat interesting. So how does this is all changing pumping happen? It's as simple. After each death, the heroine returns to the heart, gets 1 skill point and sometimes to choose from another point, a small health boost or a random item from the race. Then you can take that item with your new journey and then add a couple more to it if you get operative abilities. The skill tree, or rather even 2 black and white, can be intimidating with its branching. So many skills, cars and other useful bonuses are on it. The first thing I recommended is to concentrate on increasing the source's power and the number of words in the plot, and you will get some good cards along the way. Because the starter deck is horrible. But that what the starter deck is, you always start with it, except you can change the words it has to the similar ones. After winning a battle, you will be offered a new map to choose from those already unlocked thanks to the tree. At the same time, you can not see how many similar cards you already have in your deck, and whatever they are there at all. In the main game, this feature was added with the patch, and in this DLC it was again disappeared. After a bunch of races, you start to get confused. There are a lot of orders and keys. Once after another battle, I proceed escape and completely missed that choice. Here a tip for you, so you don't have to take too much. While on the subject tips, have this for dying at the beginning of the race and farmer points for Vasilissa's loot. After all, at the start of the game, absolutely no matter how long you last, I honestly tried to fight the prison devils, but every time they were stronger. So the rest of us, I would just recommend saving time and a little bashing the system. Only a well-qualified heroine can safely go on the road and stop losing because a trivial lack of resources. It seems that this should not be the case of roguelikes. Permanent pumping must make it easier to pass but not subtract everything. The player should have a chance to get to the end of the first attempt, so to speak, naked, getting everything he needs during the race, but in endless battles it doesn't work that way. So, to sum up, I think it's very interesting DLC and I will play the game more often. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe.